Hello people, it's been a while since I've last been on here and made a video, but this one was asked by someone, so we're gonna make it. And today we are gonna be talking about my experience in the past with guys. Also, don't mind my hair. This collar is slowly coming out. It's not meant to last, but still don't mind it. So let's just jump right into it because this is gonna be a very long video and I don't want the intro to be that long. Yeah, this is gonna be great. So get your popcorn ready and everything. So today I'm gonna be doing, I don't know how I want to do this, but I just know I want to do it. So I have a chai latte by us for me to drink, and it's very good, and I made it correctly this time. And I have this box beside me with items, and if I feel the need to, I'm gonna pull stuff out of it because some items in here is very crucial to some stories. So I'm gonna start off with possibly my longest, it actually is my longest relationship. It was almost 3 years. So this guy was very sweet to me. He was genuinely a nice guy. We started dating the summer before 8th grade, and I broke up with him 2 weeks before Christmas break because in the end of relationship, whether he wants to admit it or not, but our relationship just was not good. And I believe that it has a lot to do with how young we are, and maybe sometime down the road when we're older, the universe wants us to be together, that might happen, but as of now, that is not going to happen. I've moved on. I don't know about him, but I hope for the best. Now, a lot of people did think our relationship was good, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, you guys are so cute. I want to be just like you guys. And I'm not going to say any names. I'm just going to say this guy and that because of privacy. If someone was making a video about this with me in it, I would want them to keep my name quiet. But our relationship wasn't. I feel like it's one of those things where you don't know what goes on behind the scenes, and you really don't. So keep in mind whenever you see a couple walking past you in the hallway, or that you've known that's been together for a really long time and you think they're really cute together, keep in mind that there might be more going on behind the scenes than what you think. I feel really bad because I feel like he's gonna see this video and he's gonna think that I believe our relationship was not good, but I did enjoy everything. I enjoyed the times we made a lot of good memories, and his family was really sweet, and he was genuinely a really sweet guy. Now, of course, there are things that I'm not going to say on camera because there are some things that me and him still do need to talk about that we have not been on speaking terms since the 4th of July, and that's it. Because some other things had come up and I just have not talked to him since then. But I also want to point out that after we broke up, a lot of people did try to come up with rumors and stuff to try to make the breakup seem worse than what it actually was. And I'm not going to say any of those rumors, but none of them were true for the most part. There was one that I was confronted about. I don't know if he knows about this one, but I do know for a fact that one's true. But we're not going to get into that. But if someone breaks up with someone, don't come up with rumors about why, because it really just sucks. Okay, it just sucks. High school relationships are very complicated. Now, if you can make it last past high school and you end up married and happily ever after, congratulations. That's really rough. As I said, I was with this guy for almost 3 years, so it was a little complicated. So there was no really articles that I wanted to bring out from this box that was crucial to the story. So we're gonna move on to the salty part, we're gonna call it, of this video. Okay, this is when you should get ready because there's gonna be a lot in this story. Okay, so now let's get on to the guy that I ended up liking after breaking up with my boyfriend of almost 3 years. Now, this guy, he is nice. Don't get me wrong, he is a genuinely nice guy. There's articles that are included in this. So, I ended up liking this guy a lot, and there still is a little part of me that does like this guy, but deep down, I'm trying to think of ways to word this. I really dislike him at the moment. I'm still going through that phase. We are gonna go to my most dramatic homecoming story ever. So, this year was my first year that I have been to a dance without, not the first time, but it was the first time I went to a dance where, like, by myself almost. But I didn't want that, kind of. Like, I'm very independent. I don't need to go to a dance with someone, but I'm just putting it out there. Just, yeah. So I'm like, I'm gonna ask this guy out. I'm gonna ask him out to the dance. So I'm gonna insert pictures of everything. But hold on, I'll be right back because there's a bunch of stuff I need to get out for this story. And I'm sorry if you hear the fan, but it's like really hot in here right now, so hold on real quick. Okay, so basically I had this whole homecoming proposal planned, and I was planning it I don't know if it was a month in advance, but I was planning it. So basically the plan was to have people each and every day tell him that someone was going to ask him out to homecoming, but he didn't know who. So I had my friends each make these little notes to put on his locker because I was going to ask him out at a big game. And I was going to put these on his locker until the day I was going to ask him out. It's really weird. It was like a countdown, basically. And I was also going to put clues on his locker to help him figure out who I was. And yeah, so now I want to point out, just because, and he knew I was going to do this, I didn't tell him directly, but the hints had started and everything, and it was the day before I was going to ask him. And one of my spies that was going to tell him all this stuff told me that another girl asked him out and he said yes. Now, fast forward to today real quick. Me and this girl, we are friends today. At the time, I was like, oh, great, okay. I was not very happy, but in the long run, I did end up going to the dance alone. But I had fun with all my friends, and I'm happy I didn't go with him because for once it was nice to focus on myself. And I feel like for a very long time, I was really concerned about him. Even though I should have been aware at the time that he was not worth my time. He's going to see this, and he's going to be like, why are you being so kind of, I'm like not even being harsh, but he might take it that way. And if he's going to hear me saying this now, I was going to say something, but I don't want to put our private conversations out there. But he didn't want me to include him in anything, so I'm not including him in his opinion on this whole entire video. So you're welcome for that. I'm using your words against you because I'm salty, and I'm just going to put that out there. So basically, after that, I'm going to insert pictures of the poster I made. Because after, I didn't get mad, but I wanted to put it in my box of X's. Here's another good memory we had together. You know, we made a video together. Oh man, people are going to know who I'm talking about if you have seen my other videos. I don't know if those ones are private yet, but you're going to know who I'm talking about. And I was really salty for a few days. And he doesn't know this, but it was the homecoming game. And I was basically crying on one of my best friend's shoulders. And I had to go home early because I couldn't stand seeing him. So I went home early and I cried myself to sleep. But no one knows that, only like a few people. The only person that knows I cried at the game was the friend's shoulder I was crying on. So thank you to that friend for being my support. So basically, I want to put it out there. It does not matter how big it is, something you do for someone. It can be something really big or it can be something really small. That doesn't mean someone's going to say yes to it or say anything to it at all. Nor does it mean they're going to appreciate the things you do for them. Sorry, that was a weird smell, but because even though I do not like him, I do have strong feelings, like dislike towards him. I'm trying to word this to where like I don't hate. I dislike the word hate. I don't like using that because that's a very strong emotion that I just don't want to use when it comes to other people, because they might be going through something or something like that, and I just don't want them to think I hate them, because I don't. I want people to be able to come to me, but if they need to. But I strongly dislike this guy at the moment. But back to the whole rumor thing I was talking about earlier. People also started telling him that I was talking about him liking me, and I wasn't. There was just another situation with another guy that we are going to talk about here in a few minutes, who is still a very good friend of mine. We are great friends today. But he heard someone's like, well, if it comes to you choosing so-and-so and the guy friend we're going to talk about soon, who are you going to choose? Like, if they were to like you. Like, we were just there was something that happened between me and one of those two guys, and I was just like, and someone took that way out of proportion and told him that we said he liked me, and we never said that, actually. It's just one of those things. But a lot of people like telling him lies about me. Yeah, and if he asked me about them, I'm one of those people that just like kind of want to avoid drama, so I'm like, yeah, that's totally what I said. And there were also other situations that I did confront him about, and he said something completely different than what happened, but little does he know, I have a pretty good memory, and I remember everything. So I basically just made him think I was stupid, and he basically lied to me about stuff and got away with it. And once again, he's gonna see this and be like, what do you think I lied to you about? I'm gonna be like, look, we're not gonna talk about this now. But, that's pretty much that. There's a lot of things I can say about him, but YouTube's just not the place to do it. YouTube's not the place to put this stuff. So we're gonna move on to the next guy and the final guy, because this video is gonna be over 10 minutes already. So yeah, sorry about the seat, by the way. So now let's get to our last and final guy, who is possibly also the sweetest guy that I've ever met in my whole entire life. Me and him have been friends since, I want to say, either my 6th grade year or his 6th grade year, but we met at church originally, and it wasn't until like maybe, I wouldn't call it a crush, it's just one of those things where like you have feelings for some, like not feelings, but like you think you like someone a little bit and stuff like that. But this guy is one of the sweetest guys I know, and he has always been there for me, and I hope to always have him there for me. Actually, he is there for me when I need him the most, definitely. And if I have something going on, he lets me talk to him about it. When I need him to, he will defend me. And I've had a lot of issues, as I've mentioned before, with guys, and there's a lot of people I'm not mentioning in this video, because this is stuff I'm not going to put out until after I graduate high school, so I don't have to deal with those people anymore, because it just feels safer that way. But he has definitely helped me a lot, and I'm thankful for him, and I think we met each other at the right time. I'm not meaning like relationship wise or anything, I mean like best friend wise. And speaking of which, I also have a sweatshirt right here. He gave that to me because I was having an issue with a guy who liked me, and he was very creepy about it, and I didn't know how to get him away from me. And this was during the school year, this was before COVID. So he gave me his sweatshirt and I wore it, and the guy eventually left me alone. That was my mom. But he eventually left me alone, thankfully, and ever since then I have just kept the sweatshirt. And he was, as I've mentioned in previous videos, I went to Disney in November with band and choir, yada yada yada. He was my riding buddy, and that was really fun. And this year, before COVID, we were luckily able to have our Sweethearts dance, which is a Valentine's dance, and he was my date. I asked him, and if he is okay with it, I will probably insert photos here somewhere. and I had a blast. The most fun I've had with a date in a very, very long time. And I just hope for the best for him. And yeah, so I started this on a positive note, got salty a little bit in it, and ended it with a positive note. So this video is very weirdly made, but I only talked about the 3 main guys that I feel like were important, that I get questions asked about a lot. So yeah, good night, ladies and gentlemen, because it is 11:22 here, and I'm ready to finish my chai latte, even though I know it's going to give me some form of energy, and go to bed. Also, notice my cup, be mine. Someone gave this to me, and I've used it for a very long time now. So hopefully I will be back again soon, and I will see you guys next time. I said bye. I don't know what to say other than goodbye. I don't know how to end this. Good night. That's all. Good night.